guys, someone on one of my videos, you probably won't see the comment because I muted them, but they came out and they said that I sold the bottom of this move, and I found it quite insulting because I feel like we were one of the few channels who actually gave the exact point that we expected price to move. We didn't say alt season, alt season, alt season every week in the crash, right? We were actually shorting all the way down, and I said I expect the price to revert here. And I said, let's see if it keeps pushing down. If it does, it would be absolutely beautiful if we push this trend line and BTC comes down to support. Would be huge conviction on longs and spot buys, stocks, leverage, and crypto, okay? And after we came down to that level, we've seen stocks and not so much crypto, but we've seen crypto move. I think Solana came up. I think Solana was like 102 and it's now 150, so it's came up like 50%. So I started to take profits on shorts. So you can see here, remember when SM trends tend to lead the way, we should see a big reversal here before we see a trend shift. And you can see here I TP'd another 25% on my short position. So we're actually short all the way down on this big move here, as we're expecting the market to come down. As you guys know, we also took profits up here, right? We actually took some profits up here before the market crashed. So yeah, quite insulted, guys, that you would say I sold the bottom when I actually shorted the top and bought the bottom. Live stream 20 minutes, closed shorts by 50%. So you can see here as the price was crashing down, I actually started to take some more profits off my short. I think I made a few $100,000 in a very short amount of time. And absolute beautiful falling wedge that lines up with our exact target. Guys, what do we know about falling wedges? They tend to break to the upside. They tend to go straight to the top of the wedge. And the top of the wedge was 105K. BTC at this time was $75,000, okay? And the expectation that it was going to go to the upside. TP'd all shorts, so I took profits on all shorts. Why do you take profits on all shorts, guys? Well, you expect that the market is not going to have any more downside. And then I started to post the profits from my long positions. You can see here my long on Solana is around $101, and I think I ended up making over $100,000 on that move to the upside. So guys, it's a little bit of an insult to say that we didn't trade this very well. We were one of the few channels who actually took profits and shorted and then gave a signal to buy the dip. Interesting. This was very interesting because we saw the biggest smart money sell that we've seen, but we were actually buying. Okay, so we actually bought, and then the next few days, I saw smart money had sold aggressively. We also saw institutions were shorting at all-time highs, and it was actually retail who were buying the dip. How crazy is that? So I said, interesting, did we just front run the smart money again? Because we have done that. We've done that back in March 24. This means so much capital could come back into the market. So the cool thing about this is that if we were right on that dip buy, because the whole market was getting scared about tariffs, if we were right, the smart money sold so much that they have to buy back into the market and pump our bags. I expect a sharp wick down tomorrow. So I actually suggested what the smart money were about to do the next day. Okay, then obviously you might have seen my posts about BTC, the falling wedge. I said here, I'm telling you guys, I've seen this movie before. I've traded this exact falling wedge many times. Be ready. Okay, so I actually said be ready for the pump to 105K because we traded this exact at the start of the cycle. And then, even crazier, smart money started to dabble back into the market yesterday after some heavy selling. So I actually even predicted what the smart money were going to do. I'm not saying I'm amazing, I'm great, guys. I've made many mistakes. I've hit many stop losses. I'm going to lose many trades. I'm just saying, you know, if you're going to call me out and you're not inside the Discord, you know, we played this very, very well. Seems we front ran the smart money again on that dip buy. This puts us in a very strong position. A lot of sidelined. So many are in stable coins on the side, enough to really move the market if they are to start shopping. I expect a lot will come in if we break out of the falling wedge pattern. And, you know, the rest is history, right? Everything rallied and Bitcoin went up and hit the 105K target. Guys, I'm not an oracle. I'm not the messiah. I'm going to get many trades wrong. I'm going to lose lots of trades. I actually took a lot of profits. I made a lot of money shorting up here, okay, because I was calling for a market dump here. We got the market dump. I called for a bounce here. Why? Look, every time we came down to this level, we bounced. It was a no-brainer long. It was a no-brainer buy. I was very surprised to see smart money selling. I was very surprised to see institutions selling. Am I going to say I'm smarter than smart money? No, because the majority of the time they are right. And I would say 7, 8, 9 times out of 10 they are right. And it's been invaluable data to me, but it's a clear example of me being able to think for myself, and we have to think for ourselves. Just because the smart money are doing something doesn't mean they're right, doesn't mean that they know what's going to happen in the market. A lot of the times, yes, it does, but we can also use, this is the SMC bot, by the way, and if you want that, you can jump in my X and you can get that. We're also able to use indicators, right? And it was mainly an indicator buy that I decided to buy there, and not so much the on-chain data. And also, everyone was fearful, right? Like Warren Buffett says, be greedy when others are fearful. We reached extreme fear on the indicators. They nearly closed the stock market. Institutional shorts, I shouldn't say institutional shorts, but shorts were at all-time highs. And it was retail who bought the dip. It was retail who bought this. And institutions have actually been sidelined a lot of the way up. And if you know anything about institutions, a lot of the time then they're not going to buy a 30% S&P rally. They'll wait for a correction. So, yeah, it's a reminder to us all that the smart money are sometimes going to be wrong, and sometimes we're going to be wrong. And yeah, we definitely didn't sell the bottom. Guys, like and subscribe so you can stay up to date with the latest. Go and follow my X account. Here's the link to join the Discord if you want to see my buy and sell alerts. If you want to see the SMC bot, if you want to get it in your own trading view, it comes free with the Patreon, and obviously you get the Discord access as well. That's it for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date with the latest. Until then, I will catch you in the next one.